G'day everyone, Gamba here with a bit of a legendary crafting video. Now, I sold this oversight yesterday. It was up for a couple of days. I had it up for 3.5k. It ended up selling for 2,000, and it is my old oversight. So it's +2 all skills, which is extremely easy to get with the current ones. So it doesn't really matter about this. If the base that you're crafting onto is relatively cheap, it's really easy to get +2 all skills on this item. Now, apart from that, we've got a tier 1 intelligence, tier 1 minion damage, and a tier 0 crafted +3 skill level. Now, that's not the ideal item. It's really quite nice. However, it could be better. So what I am thinking about doing in this video is seeing how much flame elementium it would take to make an item that I can then sell for a profit. So what we're looking at in the trade house when we're searching is an uncorroded oversight with an aptitude of 3 and gear plasticity of 200. We could go with unidentified and buy a bunch of these if we really wanted to. They're like 55, 65, pretty good prices. A 50. I might buy these anyway and, go for my corrosion again and waste another heap of currency. But these 65s are honestly quite reasonably priced. And I'm not really interested in the +2 legendary affix at this point. I'm more interested in getting a high intelligence roll. So if we can get intelligence of at least tier 2, I know I can upgrade that to tier 1. So let's see if there's any up. There's one here for 200. That one could easily go to a tier 1, potentially a tier 0. So 200 flame elementium. There's another one here for 188. Is there any others? No, that's about it. Let's switch that out and go with spell skill level. This would be ideal if we could get one with spell skill level. Is this the right one? Yep. Any tier is fine. There's only one for 800. So that's a pretty pricey base. Let's check minion skill level. There's one for 850 and it's crafted, so that's no good either. So ultimately what we want is, or double damage also is quite nice. So let's check for double damage. Mine are double damage. So this can go to tier 3. We need it to be tier 2 or above. So we can definitely get it. Oh, there we go. 66. That's really quite good. Tier 0 minion double damage. It's less important than skill. However, it's still quite nice. Cooldown recovery speed and minion double damage. Someone might like that. Minion crit strike rating. What's that one? That's, oh, that other one was 1,000. This one is a tier 3 and a tier 4, so that's no good. So looking at what we have, that's 200, that's 188. So these might be okay, but you need to put it to tier 0 and then craft on the 2 extra affixes with hopefully not losing the 3-star aptitude, because we can make this go from tier 2 to tier 1 by just flat upgrading it. And then tier 1 to tier 0, you hope that it removes the second affix and doesn't remove a star, because it can do one of those 2 things. So I think first I'm going to buy these bases and just see if we get really lucky and get spell skill or minion skill level on these items. And I bought that double damage one. So we got intelligence and minion damage. So this minion damage is tier 3. That can potentially go up to tier 1 quite easily, and that's tier 2, so that can go to tier 1 easily as well. So we'll just quickly do this and see what we get. So that's tier 1. Now going to tier 0 uses 2 ultimate embers. Ultimate embers are about 40 each at the moment, which is really quite reasonable. So this is 80 flame elementium. So it was 50 for the base, 80 for the ultimate embers, and 30 to go from tier 2 to tier 1. So all up, that's 160 flame elementium at this point. We hope that this removes the second affix, and it didn't. It removed a star. So that item, unfortunately, is now bricked. I can still use that as a corrosion. So if I do the corrosion and I hit all skills to 3, then I can upgrade my weapons that I have. Let's go back and try the second item. So this one can go to tier 1 as well, 60 to 100. Now, I can lock this, and oh no, I can't lock this. I believe I don't have to take what it gives. No, so I can still take this. So as long as I still have 1 plasticity, I can keep rolling and see if I get something better. Minion crit strike damage. Whoa, I personally would love that. Although I'd rather just crit strike damage, not minion crit strike damage. So let's craft again. Minion max life, affliction effect, max terror stacks. That'd be good last season. That'd be really good last season, actually. No. 50, 40, plus 2 lightning skill level. I don't know anyone that's doing this with lightning skill. I was tempted to price check it, but I decided against it. All right, one more try. All right, we've got 3 plasticity left, so we can get this one to 1. And now we try and upgrade this to a tier 0. And again, it removed the star. That's pretty unlucky to get 2 in a row that have gone bad. Again, I can use that as a crafting base. This one is minion double damage. So let's just upgrade this and see if it goes to tier 0. And there we go. So we've got a tier 0 minion steel double damage base. And it stayed with 3 stars. So this is a base that I will attempt to craft on. So now we ideally would like skill levels. Spell skill levels and minion skill levels. This has a 12% chance. This has a 5% chance. So we'll go with minion skill level first. It's a 3.5 and a 1.75. This is a 3.5 and a 1.75. We don't really want +1. We just want +2 or +3. So either doesn't really matter. But if I hit a tier 0 on this and a tier 1 on that, I may consider trying to sell it. So I've got a tier 1 there. I've got a blemish there. So I'll just keep going. Let's make a note of how much flame elementium we have. So 5100. So it didn't take too many to get another one of those, and a blemish. Another +1, or it's a tier 1, and a blemish. Another tier 1, we're down about 140 flame elementium for this stage. There we go, got tier 1, which is really quite nice. We'll just check the truth ember, so 2, 2, and 23. I'd probably like that to be 27 and 2, so let's just hit this a couple of times. Turn to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2 and 20, 1, 2 and 23. Isn't that what we started with? Probably is. Let's keep going anyway. 1, 2 and 25, that's pretty good. Now all we need to do to make this really sellable is to put it on a +2 all skills base. To do that, what we need to do is go to the trade house, look for an oversight. We can remove all that. That doesn't really matter. We don't even need one with 200 plasticity. We need all skills to be a minimum of 2. Oops. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Just need that to be a minimum of 2. And then we can get one that's here for 160, 120. Actually, I have one, don't I? Oh no, they both went to 2-star, so you can't do 3-star to 2-star. It has to be 3-star to 3-star. It has to be 3-star eye level 100 to 3-star eye level 100. So 150 is a cheap-ish base. It's got the 2. It's got the 300 aptitude. See if there's any cheaper. Saying that I could use those other ones for corrosions is not true because I can't smash them together. So those other 2 bases are just ruined. I just thought of that. So some of these ones for 78... Oh, how is that 8,000? There's no way. All that is someone's hit a tier 0 strength. That's basically all that is, because what you can do is get the tier 0 strength, grab this one, which is the +2 all skills, buy that, go to this guy, this person, lady, obviously. And what we want is the one that we just crafted to be the second item. This one is the +2 skills base, and we want to add the crafting that we put on this one to this item. So this is going to smash tier 0 minion double damage, tier 1 minion skill, and tier 1 spell skill onto this item here. So this will end up being a +2, 2, 2, and tier 0 inheritance. The one on the left will be lost, and now we have a +6 double damage item. Now ultimately you would want to corrode this item and have +3, +3, +3. That would be insane, which is basically what I have over here. So I have +3, +3 and minion double damage, and +3, +3 minion double damage. So I would want a +3 all skills there. However, I'll see if I can sell this one. It's only +6, so it's not amazing, but people are still trying to sell these for a lot. 6,000. Let's just see what that one was. So if you want to see what this one that's listed for, you can just get that point and then just do the search function. That will throw everything in here, and you just hit search and you can see what they've got. So they've got a +3, +2, so it's 1 extra level. However, they've just settled for a tier 2, tier 3 intelligence. I mean, you're charging 6,666 for this. I would think that you could put in a little bit more effort and go tier 1, tier 1. Personally, settling for a tier 1, tier 3 is pretty sloppy if you're charging that amount. So I will put mine up for 5,000. I think 5,000 is even overpriced, because it didn't take me nearly that much to get that. So I'll put that up for 5,000. If it doesn't sell in a day, I'll put it up for 4,000. Doesn't sell in a day, 3,000. Doesn't sell in a day, 2,000. But hopefully it sells, and I can, start crafting more for the community event and be done with it that way. I doubt this is worth anything because it's just a 300. If someone wants to buy that off me for 200, then cool. And this one is pretty garbage as well. I could smash the intelligence onto something else, onto a +2 base, but that would be another that would be another 150, and it's only worth 140 absolute maximum. So I'll sell this one for 100 and see if it sells. Someone can try and corrode that and have a +3 and intelligence, but that's as good as that one can get. So I might do another one of those and see if we can get lucky. And let's do a couple more of these unidentified ones, because all up that wasn't too expensive. I think I've spent about 500. So we'll try again with these ones and see if we can get lucky and get, we've got intelligence again. That seems pretty common. We'll see if we can get a plus skills or something. This chews through the plasticity extremely quickly. Additional damage to life might be okay. This is looking like it's going to be a corrosion base. Additional damage for spell burst. I don't know if that's being used this season. Tier 4 is too low. Tier 3 is too low at this point. We need a tier 2 or a 1. So a couple left. This is just a corrosion base now because it's still 3-star. And yeah, so that one's donezo. This one I could do tier 0 intelligence. I just got to remember to keep at least 10 so I can go to tier 1. $50, $40, $30, $20. Last try. So we didn't get it, so we'll just keep that. We'll try and upgrade this to tier 0 and remove that. And so we've got a second tier 0 base. Then we can go to this and try and chuck on skill levels. Now the one that sold for 2,000 just had that and minion damage. So I could just go for this, and I still need the 1.75 or the 3.5. So it's pretty much the same chance. I could be lazy and go for a tier 3 there or something, but let's just see what happens here. So we've got a tier 1 and a tier 4. That's not really worth selling in my opinion. Tier 1 and tier 4. I'm going to switch that back out for minion skill level, just in case I hit a +3/+3 and I can sell it for a ton. So let's switch to this one. There we go, tier 1 and a blemish. Alright, so I've got 4,500 FE. Let's see how we go. Here we just hope this hits. Ah, it's a blemish. Rip. Alrighty, I might leave this one with an open affix that someone can get this and attempt to craft on their extra. That's a pretty high and decent minion skill. So that is a +3 or 2 tier 0 1. So we can price check that and see what these are going for. There isn't any. How much is any tier 0? There isn't any. Alright, it's hard to price check that, but that one cost us, how much did that cost? That was about 600 flame elementium slapping into that. So it was about 80 for the ultimate embers, 70 for the base, so we're at 150. Going from tier 2 to 1 was 30, so 180. I think I did that right in my head. And then 600 for that, so about 800 to get to this point. I'll try and sell this one for 2k and see if it sells. Next, I will attempt the corrosion part, which I've not had much success with so far this season. Let's do 2,500. People seem to be rich, so if they want that, then good luck to them. Let's put it on trade. I don't really put much on trade. Nope. Can't spell. Open affix. So the corrosion part. What we are trying to hit with the legendary corrosion. It has to be a 3-star. This doesn't matter. It just has to be a 3-star. And what we want to hit is arrogance. We want arrogance to hit tier 0 and go to +3. You can't truth ember this, so it has to hit +3. I've hit this a few times, but it's been +2, so it's a 50% chance on hitting this to get the one that you want. And then it's a 50% chance whether it's a 2 or a 3. That's on top of the 30% chance of actually hitting that. So we'll just do this, see what happens. Didn't get it. It's just a wasted. It re-rolled the minion damage, so that's a brick. So unfortunately, I need to buy some more. We don't want this. Oops, we wanted that. That doesn't matter. We just need to make sure it's not corroded and a legendary aptitude of 3. Well, that's a un-ID'd one, so that's pretty good. Is there any cheaper than 65? We can do a unit price filter of 65 to see any that are cheaper than that. That one's 66, so I'll mark that one anyway. 65, 40, 40 is really good, 60. These were all 100 last time I attempted this, and I failed 35 in a row, which is quite devastating. But yeah, so we'll go through and buy a few of these. We'll probably buy 10, give it a crack and see how we go. Alrighty, I bought a bunch of unidentified ones. I may as well do the crafting and see if I can hit skill levels, because that will make it insane if I can. So I will buy some flame sand and see how we go. Alright, I just hit 5 on all of them to see if I got anything good, but I didn't, so I'm going to stop wasting flame elementium on flame sand, because it's basically 11 FE every time I did 5 on those, so it's kind of crazy how much flame elementium it takes. So now the corrosion. Alrighty, we just want to hit the 30% chance and see if we get skill levels. So we hit it and we got +2. So that's a shame. That's probably the only one out of all these that is going to hit it. And we didn't win the 50% chance. So that one was a miss. This is the most annoying part of the entire process, in my opinion, because you have to hit a 30% chance, then you have to hit a 50% chance, then you have to hit a 50% chance, which is frustrating. So we hit it, and we hit the second one. Didn't hit it. I could go for the second one here. And if that hit, it would guarantee, but then you've still got the 50% chance of it not hitting there, and that's 380 flame elementium per attempt. So that would be the really end game version. And this is just annoying, in my opinion. If it goes tier 3, it should just be +3. Tier 0 shouldn't be the same as tier 1. Grrr. Anyhow. This will be 45 bases that I have attempted this on. And we finally got a +3. And it's a 50%. So that is a very good base. That item is going to be nuts. We have one more attempt. And we didn't get it. So it took 44 bases to get a corrosion that I wanted. So now I will put this weapon onto that base, and I'll probably put this weapon onto the other that hit the secondary if it's good. I can't remember if it is or not. So +2, +2, +2, +2, +3. So there we go. That is the item that is going to be imprinted on. And we want the crafting mods from this one. So this is going to make this item a +3, +3, +3, 18% chance for minions to deal double damage. And it's on a 50% base. So confirm. And now we have a +9 tier 1 double damage weapon. Pretty happy with that. To finish it off, all we need to do is go to the not enchant, not craft. What am I doing? Gear empowerment. I don't know why it's called gear empowerment and not energy crafting or something reasonable like that. Just find it, and then we just want 61. I probably don't even need to do this part, but hopefully I get something. But what was it, 50 before? I think energy's still pretty pricey. Let's just leave it at 51. Whatever. I don't need the energy, so we'll just leave it as is. Now the price check for this probably doesn't exist. So 1,000 just for that. It only took me 44 times, so about 4,400 roughly to get that. Honestly, I could just buy one. Looking at that, a lot cheaper. 20,000 if you want that, and there isn't one if you want that. So I'm curious what the 20k one gets you. So let's have a look and see what this gets you. It'll get you a minion, movement speed, and attack speed. Mine has tier 1 double damage, so theoretically mine is worth a bit more than that, in my opinion. Double damage. Awesome. So how about we look at all skills 3. Not corroded. Corroded doesn't matter, actually. None of that matters. That is the only thing that matters. Or those two things. 12,000. Pretty average. Oh, this one's nice. 10,000 gets you int, spell, and double damage. Hitting double tier 0. Whew, that's a 1.75% chance. 1.75% chance. So 10k, that is really quite nice. It's only a +6 though, so although 84 int, people are saying that int is very good, but I prefer skills for when I go to the better slates. 1800, 1100, 47% skills. Terror, weird. So 1100, I could get an extra skill on my other weapon. 1100 again, 1100. It's tempting to just finish off both my weapons, to be honest. It's very tempting. I wonder if anyone would actually buy my weapon. What are the reflections worth? Twin reflection. 28k. I saw these up for 4,000 on day one and I was tempted to buy one. I probably should have, honestly, because they just get ridiculously expensive. My weapon might be worth reflecting. Who knows? You can't easily just give that to someone, so, you know. Anywho, that's all I've got for this video. I think that's a reasonable explanation of legendary crafting and how to get a +9 weapon. So, anywho, that's what I've got. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.